pure. When we go back, we should be 100% pure. Then only we can go back home. So even if it is 99.999%, I cannot go back. So downward trend has started as soon as I entered. So what will happen? When I leave one body, I will take next body. Because what is the second thing happening here is that we create connections and relations here. Very pure connections, soul connections, but through the body. Soul connections, but we see each other, we create families, we create all kinds of connections in this, and we create a society, a community. So it's like a golden age is like one community, there is no divisions. You can say like one village, It's not a very huge population. Population is increasing continuously. If you see in the past few years also, every year it's just increasing. Have you seen any year when the total world population is decreasing? No. Now come to this reason why. There are so many answers in this chapter.
If you just go back, if the soul is pure when it is entering the physical,
Yes.
so it becomes pure again when it before leaving.
That we will come to that. Yes, it has to become pure. If it doesn't, then it cannot go back. So here, souls coming, it is like a drama, as we said, and in any drama or stage show, theater show, there are some opening actors. It's not that all the actors will enter together. So there are very few opening actors in the beginning of the drama. Sri Lakshmi Narayan, Radhe Krishna. So these are the opening actors of the drama. And what is the total world population beginning of Golden Age? Is only 9 lakhs. 900,000. You will get to know slowly that from where I get this information. You might have this question because it's nothing from any scriptures, because it's not written anywhere that specific. So here 9 lakhs population, 900,000 in the beginning. Now because of that law of purity, that unless until you are 100% pure, you cannot go back. Because of that, the souls, when they leave body, they don't call it death there. When the soul leaves one body, it takes next one. Just like changing the costume. जैसे ये पुराना हो गया, अभी नया लेना है. That's it. So it's just a transition from one body to another body, one place to another place. Death and birth is defined that way in the Golden Age. But these were the, suppose, 9 lakh opening actors. Just imagine yourself in the whole story, because this is your story. Imagine yourself that you were one of these opening actors out of these 9 lakh. Then you will understand it nicely, the whole story. Now, after one life, you go to next life. There are some more souls waiting there for their role. So they enter. When you are in your second birth, it's their first birth. Some of them. Some of them, they came later. Your 8th birth, it's their first birth. So it's keep on adding. The souls keep on coming. And population keeps on increasing. So in the beginning is 9 lakh. And here it's about 2 crores. End of Golden Age, which is the beginning of Silver Age, it's about 2 crores population. So you see the difference. In 1250 years, population has increased. And by the end of Treta Yuga, Silver Age, 33 crores. And how many Devi Devtas, how many deities we are worshipping? 33 crore. 33 crore. 33 crores of deities we are worshipping. Why? Because all human beings of the Golden Age and Silver Age, they were not ordinary human beings. They were the divine beings manifested in the form of humans in this body. And you were one of those. if you were there, let's suppose, like when we solve any problem, first we suppose, let it be 100. So let it be that you were there in the beginning. At the end, you will conclude that you were there or not. So let us see, you were there. So you've been taking birth after birth. Now taking so many births. Golden age, 8 births. Silver age, one soul will take 12 births. Means if it's your journey as an individual, you have taken 8 births in the golden age, then you've taken 12 births in silver age. Time period is same, 1250 years, which means the lifespan is longer here in the golden age, and it is getting shorter as we go further, because the soul purity of the soul is decreasing. So when the soul is pure, body is also pure, lifespan is longer, we are healthier. So next comes the copper age. You remember the swastik, left side turn. So यहाँ से left side turn शुरू हो गया. What was the shift? The main root cause, we shift from soul conscious to body consciousness. Main shift is that we forget that we are souls, and all the vices, evils, sins all start happening because of that. Because I start believing that I am so and so, and I completely forget that this is just a costume, I am a soul, completely forget. And because of that, here there are pains, there are sufferings beginning because of the vices. Body conscious leads to vices. Vices bring sorrow. Because the result of any action that is influenced by vices, that is influenced by negativity, that is influenced by ego, it will result in sorrow. That is for sure. So the root cause we were not thinking about, because we became body conscious. Soul is one after the other birth. We are coming into body. We are just changing body. We are coming into the body, and slowly we just start feeling that I am this body, because it's been so long time. And we in between we don't go back, because this is also a kind of rule of the game, that you cannot leave the drama in between. You have to finish the game. So here bhakti begins, devotion begins. Because when the soul starts realizing that I have become impure, or at least I'm experiencing sorrow, when they feel the sorrow, when they feel the pain, because soul before has purity, before they have experienced so much of happiness, so of course there is a feeling that this is not normal. I want happiness, I want peace. This should not be the way of life. So then soul has a memory in the subconscious that there is some power up there. I should ask for that peace and happiness from there. So that is the time when all the temples are created. Here we don't remember God at all. We forget everything. Because it's like when kids are happy, they don't remember their home, their parents. When they cry, when they need food or something, then they remember. All of us are the same. We started remembering at this time. And now, I want to ask you one question. Just churn about it. Souls are still coming. New souls are also coming. Old souls are also here. They continue birth after birth. So now this first batch who came in the beginning, the opening actors, they also reach copper age. And there are some who are coming from the soul world. Now which souls will experience more pain?
The one who are new.
Think again.
At the beginning was because the ones because their purity is getting reduced, so that's why they are.
Two reasons. One is the souls who came from the beginning, as you said, the purity of the soul is reducing and they become body conscious. So the suffering is there, the pain is there. Second reason is because they have seen so much of happiness before.
They have a reference.
Yeah. So inside they have subtle memory. Life should not be like that. So they are dissatisfied.
But the new
Even
souls are coming to copper age or golden age?
no copper age,
New souls also coming to copper age.
because now golden age is no more. It's gone. It's a time period. It's gone. It's the history at that time.
Sister, will the old souls who are coming from copper or gold, from the gold or silver,
Mhm.
will they be able to realize that they have been there at some point of time?
Yes, I'm coming to that point. So, yes, good question actually. So what happens here? Now new souls who are coming, they have never seen golden age, silver age. They don't know. They, like you said, there is no reference for them. There is no comparison for them. So they have seen the world from the beginning. For them, this is the beginning. Copper age is the beginning for them. Like the soul of Buddha. He says the scripture begins with these words that this world is so painful, because he has only seen the painful world. He has not seen this. They were also required here. We will talk about them later. But the souls who are coming just now, they are pure, so they deserve happiness. They will not experience pain immediately, after some time, because they deserve to be happy. They are pure. So they will be born in some good families, or at least they will not experience the pain because they have no comparison. They feel like, okay, this is the normal way of life and this is how it is. That's why. But now, as other thing, what happens is those who came in the beginning, they are actually very powerful because they have to play their role in the whole cycle. So you can imagine this battery, if soul is a battery, this battery who came in the beginning, and you imagine the battery who is coming later. Even now some new souls are coming in Kali Yuga, in the Iron Age. How much will be the power of that battery who comes later? If somebody has to take only 5 births or 2 births, the power is only that much. So that much means they get that much and they feel satisfied. They don't want more, they don't expect more. But the golden age souls, they have higher expectations and higher standards. For themselves also, they have higher standards. They are not satisfied with little bit. Okay, थोड़ी सी शांति मिल गई बस काफी है. No, they are not. And it is expressed in some other way. When we come in Kali Yuga, we enter into Kali Yuga, it is expressed in the form of ambitions. It's expressed in the form of expectations from others also, perfectionism and stress. Because the way of expression becomes negative, because expectation standard is very high, power is low. Soul doesn't have that much power. We want to achieve that because soul has achieved a very, very high status before and it has experienced. So that is why now with low power, we want to experience the same thing. Although we don't have a memory of that, but inside in subconscious, that feeling is there. It always exists because soul doesn't die. Soul carries the feeling with her all the time. So now in Copper Age, all the bhakti we are doing, and why I said we? Because we imagine that we were in the beginning, right? So we are the ones who will start the bhakti, who will start the devotion of God, who will start worshipping, and that also in a very pure manner, because these are the souls who have attained so much from God in the beginning. They are the ones who are so thankful to God also. Even here also we try to be very thankful. And now one more thing happens. This is something a little deeper. When we are suffering and we try to connect with the source in our own different ways, of course we will isolate ourselves from other things and we'll try to connect. As soon as we isolate and we connect in the subconscious has all the recordings. So some visions emerge. They call it as Sakshatkar, Darshan and all that. What is that actually? It's a very deep secret. It's your vision of your own past lives. You were that one. You were that deity, one of those deities. Maybe the Kul Devi or Kul Devta you are worshipping, maybe you were the one in your past lives. Very much possible. With some particular deity, you feel a very deep connection. Not with everyone. Although you have respect for everyone. You understand? So here what happens when we meditate, that is also a kind of meditation. We isolate ourselves, we try to connect. The subconscious emerges those visions of the past, of the golden age. And we see those divine images, we feel that God is giving me the vision. Because we can't imagine that we can be so pure. And nobody is there to, interpret my vision. That who will tell? Everyone is in the same journey. Everyone is in body conscious life in here in Copper Age. So who will tell me that? So there is nobody to explain me. So what we do is, whichever image we see, we create that temple. So actually what is happening? We are creating our own temples. In the Sikh scripture, Guru Granth Sahib, there is one phrase, it says, Ape hi pujye, ape hi pujari. But nobody understands the meaning. How they interpret that in the pujari and the pujya means the worshipper and the worthy of worship. In everyone, he is there. They interpret that way. But actually reality is, we were worship worthy and we become the worshippers. Only difference is when we become impure. We cannot be worship worthy. So here, these temples are created. This is a very deep philosophy. I think you have got it. So even after worshipping, praying and so much of devotion, compared to now is almost the end of the Kali Yuga, the level of devotion in Copper Age is very high. The purity still, if you compare with here, it's very, very high level of purity. Still downfall is happening, even after we remembering God. Even now we see people do a lot of devotion, do devotional activities also, everything is happening. Why still downfall is happening? Because the root cause is not healed. We didn't try to see what is the reason of my sorrow. I'm asking God, please help me remove my sorrows. Give me happiness. But what is the root cause? Body consciousness. I have forgotten myself. So the only way is realizing the self, understanding the self, and then becoming that. That's the only way. And nobody told me. Even if some gurus, masters, some great philosophers, they told us. Some messengers also came in this period. All the messengers, they started coming from here. And everyone is giving the message. But again, because we were into deep body consciousness, so we just started worshipping them, the messengers, without listening what they are wanting to say, what message they are giving. So most of us, what we did, even now, we are putting the pictures of those messengers. They never asked that you worship us. They just came to give God's message to us. And they came to connect us with that one. So instead of connecting there, we started connecting with the medium. And that also only this much. We can't do much. We just pray them. We respect them a lot. But very seldom we care about what they are teaching. And even if we try to understand, again, there is no power to implement if we don't connect with the source. So that was the reason more downfall happening. So here 8 births, Golden Age, Silver Age 12 births, Copper Age 21. Suddenly almost double. And then Kali Yuga, Iron Age, 42 births. Each soul is taking. So you see the average age. It's not average age of the total population census. This is about average age of one soul during this period. So here in the Golden Age, average age is about 150 years, and then it is little less, like 120 something in the Silver Age. And 120 means it's not like old age. Nobody is aging. You don't have to wear glasses. You don't even have to go to doctor or anything. There was one doctor's clinic, and there was a very beautiful slogan he has written there. Worried about wrinkles? These wrinkles are result of your worries. It was really good. And there is no worry. You see, look at child, so pure. These are all stress lines, what we see on people's faces. So there is no stress, no impurity, nothing like that. So they don't age. That's why even when they picturize deities in the TV serials or movies, how they show only young. Have you seen any deity old except Brahma? Except one Brahmaji. No one else is shown old. All the deities are young because there is no old age there.
Why Brahma is old?
Because he doesn't belong to golden and silver age. He's a deity of the Sangam Yuga, confluence age. Because we will come to that point. So then Iron Age comes, 42 births. Even devotion which started in the Copper Age with so much of purity and so elevated thoughts, that also becomes polluted in Iron Age. There are so much of selfish motives behind bhakti also. It was pure bhakti here, pure devotion with no other selfish motives. And here it's like a business now. God, if you fulfill my desire, then I will do this for you. Then I will do in the temple. God is also smiling. My thing, I will offer you money, I will offer bhog, I will offer this if you do my work. If we are doing this kind of business, or it's like God is not a commission agent that you do my work, 10% I will give to you. So he is laughing that I have given, and out of that you want to surrender something to me, that also subject to the conditions that yes, if you do this, then. So this has become the lifestyle. And then because we didn't pay much attention on rectifying the behavior of the soul, or on working on the vices and imbibing the virtues, because of body consciousness we couldn't see that. So further downfall is happening. Bhakti has increased so much. Now there are so many gurus, so many masters have suddenly emerged in the past few years, but still rate of downfall has also increased that much. So the purpose, intentions, everything has become polluted now. Brother is not recognizing the brother. Here we were living a life like everyone is my family. Even in the Copper Age, it was not that bad. It's only Kali Yuga, and when it comes the extreme of Kali Yuga now, extreme of the Iron Age, it's only then it's really like we don't recognize each other. We don't remember that we are brothers, we come from the same home. We have created so many boundaries here. Now the father is watching that they are drowning now and going to drown soon. So he will just keep quiet, or he will do something. He has done from the beginning of the Copper Age. He has sent the messengers. They were our elder brothers. God is only one, Father is only one. There are not many fathers. They all gave the message of one Father. So he actually sent them. And some of us, we listened to them also for some time. And later on, we started manipulating those teachings also. Honestly, because when the heart is not pure, or when the soul is weak, basically, when I'm weak, then I'm not able to do it. So I start justifying my wrongdoings, I justify my weakness in using that thing also in a manipulative way. So that started happening. Now at the end, when he has sent all the great souls, and all have tried their best, now what will he do? He's the Father. And if he never comes, then why we call him Father? We to say Mata, Pita, Bandhu, Sakha. So if we are in prayers, we are saying that Tvameva Mata Shtipita Tvameva. If we are saying that, that means he has played that role with us. Not in the soul world, because in the soul world we are not playing roles. We don't experience. In the soul world, even if the souls are sitting together with God, together with their Supreme Father, they don't know where we are. They are like sleeping, because without body we don't experience anything. We are in a dormant stage. So in dormant stage we don't know that we are peaceful. So when was that in the history? Because of that, we started calling him mother, father, brother, sister, friend. Why? That means he has to come and he has to give that experience of becoming a father. That I am your father, I am here to save you, I am here to protect you. So this is the time of extreme Kali Yuga, that transition period. Actually, transition period begins with his coming. Why I'm sitting here, why you are sitting here, who is pulling you? It's not any human arrangement. You see, physically, yes, it's a place created by human beings, but this whole energy, this whole arrangement, decision of bringing everyone together, there is that power working behind it. How does it work? We will know in the next lessons. But this is the time when Father himself has to descend. He has to come. And then the process of purification of souls begin. He gives us, it's like, in the beginning kids are happy. You send your kids to play outside. They are playing in the park and you just watch, from far. You observe, okay, everything is fine. So you are relaxed. After a while, you see that they have started fighting with each other, or something messy is happening. And then what will you do? You will send some elder people, some elder brothers, sisters, see what is happening. So in the end, what happens, even those elder brothers, sisters also, they also got involved after some time in the fight. So now what will happen? What will you do? If the fight has increased to such an extent that you can't ignore that now. You are a parent. So you will go to interfere. You will go back home now. Let's go back. It's enough of playing. You don't deserve to be here now. Right? Because they are creating so much mess there. So you will say, leave it. Enough. Let's go back. Now there are some children, they are very obedient. They say, okay, I go back with you. But some say, I don't want to go back. I want to stay here. And it's evening. Already it's getting dark. Night is approaching. You will leave them there? प्यार से नहीं मानेंगे तो क्या करोगे? प्यार से नहीं तो मार से. But you have to take them back, right? Either with love or with punishment. You have to push them because you are the parent. You know this is not right, not good for the child. You cannot leave them because he wants to be there. So same thing happens here. End of the cycle. Transition period. Now we have to prepare to go back home. Whenever it happens. But preparation is that I am ready. Anyways, the first day also we were talking about that anything else is uncertain. But one thing is certain, that we have to go. We have to leave. So if I am ready for that, that is called pyar se. If I am ready for that whenever I leave with very, very smoothly I leave. But if I attach too much with the things and the people here, which even after knowing that this is temporary, we are creating houses, buildings, don't know how much bank balance and all those things. And then suddenly there is a call, you have to go now, go back. Even if we don't want to, we have to go. So better it is that I'm ready for that. It doesn't mean that I give up everything, I leave everything and I sit in meditation and I'm just preparing to leave. It's not like that. While doing everything, I am ever ready. I do my role, perform my roles perfectly, accurately, best possible way, whatever I can do, I do. But back of my mind, I remember that I have to go. And going means it's not about leaving the world, because it's just for a new beginning, because after that, new cycle will begin. Here, going means attaining my perfect stage. People would normally say perfection is not possible. That is the present reality of Iron Age. Nobody is perfect. But the original reality of the soul is we were perfect. That is why we are seeking for perfection, So not for anyone else, but apply the formula on myself. I tell myself, I have to attain my perfection, my perfect self, what I was in the beginning. I have lost it on the way. So I just have to go back to my original stage. And that is what we are doing through meditation. I remind myself, I sit back with myself, I clean. If something is unwanted, something external, some virus is coming, I clean. Go back to the self. If I reacted in certain wrong way, I talk to myself, I tell, this is not me, this is not myself. It's not about others, what they say or what they feel. It's about me. First, I stop justifying my weaknesses, because that is not my original nature. My original nature was very pure. So I go back to that once again. Now for this, he himself comes and teaches me. And this is the time when the role of Brahma comes. That's why I said Brahma is the only deity who is shown older. Because you will understand the details later, but this is this time God's medium to talk to us. And because if we say that, okay, God is God, He is Almighty, He can inspire us from there also, He doesn't have to come. Of course, He doesn't take birth, because if He takes birth, then He has to die, which doesn't happen. But He comes. Why? Like if you need to talk to your little child, what do? You sit down. You come to his level. And your language also, you will make it very simple, which he or she can understand. You are very knowledgeable person, very intellectual person, but while talking to that little child, you have to come to his level. Now we are all in body consciousness, trapped in this body conscious world, and the whole drama right now is like that. Now if God needs to talk to me, because He has to teach me, tell me what is right, what He has to do, He can inspire from there, but am I able to catch the inspiration? Am I that pure that I can receive the vibration and I can transform? I cannot. He knows that we are not that powerful right now. So He has to come down to teach us. So we will understand that in the next lesson, how.
Sister, please, you're saying He will come Himself and then try to meet the people. He will be coming in like a human.
So this is your homework for churning.